The final game of AFL Saturday, round 13, when we'll see Port Adelaide powerless against the Giants at Manuka Oval. Now, this game, there's absolutely nothing that says Port should be within any kind of distance to the Giants. But I feel so uneasy about backing the Giants while they're in this form slump. And history says that they have this mid-season slump and it takes them a little bit to get out of it, maybe towards the end of June. And I'm just a little bit of that uneasy feeling because Port, I've been burnt by them before. They look down and out, they look terrible, and then all of a sudden they learn to kick straight. They fix some small details and they win by 40. But I can't back them here because there's just nothing else to tell me other than that little feeling in the back of my head or in my stomach saying, oh, are you sure about that? But what we have in front of us is the Giants. They stuck away with a 3-point win against Richmond last weekend. And you can look at that in two different ways. They allowed one of the worst teams in the league to essentially dominate the scoreboard for the majority of the game. But the last quarter, they were ruthless. They didn't allow a goal and they kicked 5 and they took over the game and they won, and without their captain in the field as well. So they have what it takes to be winners, and they are a high functioning team. What are Port? They've lost 4 in a row, margins of 90 points to the Dogs, 5 points to the Crows, 76 to the Cats, 49 to the Dockers 2 weeks ago. They've had a bye. They will likely get a few players back this weekend that they've missed, but can they fix that problem they have in their forward half where they just cannot score points? They've averaged just 62 points per game over the last 5. And I can't see where they're going to get a mountain of scoring to be able to put it up against the GWS Giants. Their defense around the stoppages is just paltry. They are one of the worst teams at taking care of the footy, and they just don't make good use of it in their forward 50. They have one of the worst accuracies, worst rates of goals per inside 50. So, across the whole field, they're just struggling despite the names they have on their roster. I think take GWS to win and cover. I think it's the smart play if you try and take away all of the feeling and emotion in it. It's GWS to cover that. Take Port team total under, and it's to do with the GWS backline. Now, they are one of the strongest teams in restricting opposition goals per inside 50 and opposition accuracy. So when teams are getting forward and in goal scoring range, they're not getting easy shots from in front. So that could definitely play a role here against Port, who are one of the worst teams at scoring no matter where on the field they are. If GWS can push them out to bad spots on the field where they're taking their shots from, then their hit rate's going to be even worse, and which means that the team total is going to go under and GWS have a larger chance to cover the line. Port Adelaide, their defense is ranked 15th in rebound 50s and goals inside 50. So on the flip side of that, GWS, one of the best teams at rebounding from their own 50, and they're 6th ranked in goals inside 50. So I think they'll be able to score points. And I got Lachie Ash as a high disposal count in this one. He'll get a lot of ball from that halfback line. They'll rebound forward. Maybe he chases up, gets some 1-2s. He'll see a lot of ball in this one. He's had 4 games, I think it's 4 games of 30 plus disposals so far this season, and he's averaging 28.7 disposals per game. So he's not far away from hitting that 30 mark on a regular basis. And I think he can do it here against Port, who will give him a lot of opportunity to get quite a bit of ball in that back line. As I said, Port averaged just 62 points per game over the last 5. And as I mentioned, they're coming up a team that restricts goals inside 50, they restrict accuracy, and are a strong defensive team. I don't think there's much more to say here. GWS, they're 4 of their last 5 at Manuka Oval, so they're a strong team at this ground. Port, I don't think have ever played there, at least in the stats that I have, so it's hard to gauge their form at this type of ground, but I guess we're going to see on Saturday. Take GWS to cover the line. Port team total under. Lachie Ash 30 plus disposals. Check out all the AFL action on the bets.com.au YouTube channel. and head over to the site as well for full previews for mountain of sports and racing and anything you can think of. It's all right there.